Word to your mother. Today, guys, we are going to be sharpening a lawnmower blade. This bad boy right here. It is a bad boy. It's been very bad, and it's chipped itself up like nobody's business. Look at that. That's stones doing that mostly. So I've actually started to do this now fairly regularly, maybe every 2 or 3 mows, because once it gets like that, it's not really cutting efficiently at all. Now, all you need to really understand is that engineers get a bit excited. Every single lawnmower has a different blade design, and I'm sure they all have studied it and modelled it in 3D CAD, and tried to see which different shapes cut the grass differently. Who knows what works and what doesn't? But the fact is, they're very complicated, and you just need to follow the design that they've done. So don't get too hung up on what the perfect angle is for a lawnmower blade. You've just got to follow what the engineers have designed, and just make it flat. That's it. Just make it purely flat. No need for a bevel. Don't go down that road. Just make it flat. I feel like there's a song, make it flat. That's a hip-hop song. I don't know. Anyway, another thing to remember is when you take it off, hopefully yours is dirty enough that you remember which way round it goes. In my case, there's a washer on every one, and usually a 13mm socket bolt. The bolt's not 13mm, but the head is. And you'll be able to tell which way to put it back on, because you'll see on that side it's clearly had a washer on it, and that side not. So let's get kitted up. PPE, decent respirator, ear defenders. I'm going to pop those on. Now, my bench grinder, best thing to do it on, it has probably not been squared up for a little while. So what I have is something you should do fairly regularly, is this little diamond tool that squares up the wheel, because obviously when you're sticking sharp things in there, you create gouges and you maybe angle it. So let's just square that up quickly. And there we go. We don't even have to put it onto the other wheel. There's no point in my mind. Just make sure it's nice and square to that surface. It has got a slight curve on it, so you just kind of play with it. Best just do it really by hand. Don't bother with jigs and things like that. And that's it. Pop that back on your mower, and that should be good for another few cuts. Peace out.